what a debate we had in the White House tonight. On the one side, there is President Trump and his team, who maintains that bad things are happening in South Africa, and they even call it genocide, and they believe that there's large-scale land grabbing. On the other side, the South African team says it's not so. No genocide, no large-scale land grabbings. We can't really say that the one side won or the other side won. Actually, it is not the question. The question is what now? Where to after this debate? You see, what was very clear from this debate is that no matter what the Human Rights Commission in South Africa says about it, no matter what the judges in the Constitutional Court says about it, for the rest of the world, and especially for the West, it is not okay to sing "Kill the farmer, kill the boer." It is not okay for our government to overlook it. There must be consequences. The doors of justice have been closed to us in our case against the singing of this song. But it's only here in South Africa, if there's anything we've learned from this debate, it is that the opportunity is still there to take it to the international platforms, and we will stop it. Whether it is in the United Nations or at the International Court of Justice, we can stop this thing on an international level, because the world now has its attention on this issue. No use to say farm murders is only a small portion of the murders in South Africa. More women and children are killed in gender violence. More gangsters are killed in the gang wars in the Western Cape than farmers. Because the fact is that the farmers is less than 0.1% of the population. And if you look at the proportionality of it, the number of farm murders per 1,000 farmers, it is by far the highest. Again, it's the wrong question that is being asked about it. Everybody says, we have a massive problem with murders and crime in South Africa, and farm murders is just an extension of this general problem we have. The real question is, why? Why do we have these runaway murder statistics? Why is the crime statistics so high in South Africa? Why don't we have proper handles on this problem? Why is the whole population tormented with crime? Because there's no consequences. It is because we live in a society where everybody knows who the perpetrators are. We even had a Zondo Commission who showed exactly who, where, and when state capture happened. And there's no consequences. You cannot try to act against small-time criminals if the big-time criminals get away with it and there's no real questions about it. That's why. Until we stick to the principles, when we say crime is crime, no matter who you are, no matter who you know, we will not solve this. Where to now? We need to get to a situation where the South African government, and very specifically the ANC and its leaders, also President Cyril Ramaphosa, must acknowledge that we really have this problem. They must do something about it. Declare farm murders a priority crime like rhino poaching and violence against women and children. And then do something about it. Set up an interdepartmental task team to see how we can better prevent it. Make some effort about it. Don't just ignore it or deny it. And when it comes to expropriation, amend this act or scrap it. No matter that it is in our terms constitutional, the rest of the world don't think it's a good thing. They think we are going beyond what is acceptable in terms of the global agreements as embodied in the International Declaration for Human Rights. They think we undermine property rights, and because of that, investors are running. Amend this act. Let's put our country back in the mainstream of global trade, and let's lure the investment we need to create jobs so that people do not need to resort to a life of crime. It's a small price to pay, and don't tell us it is for the sake of transformation and equality. It is not. We all know it is not. It is a small group in the elite that benefits. If they force Elon Musk to give away 30% of his Starlink business, whoever would think that it is the poorest of the poor in deep rural areas who will benefit from it? It's the fat cats, the very same people on that Zondo list who will get even richer. If this debate brought anything positive to South Africa, it is the attention of the world on what is wrong here. And it is closing all the opportunities to deny it or to take shortcuts. It's crunch time now. If the rest of the world put enough pressure on us, maybe it can bring about the change we have all been praying for, to take us back to the principles.